Hello friends, it's Grace here. It is late night crafting here at the Comfy Nest with Grace. I am so sorry that I'm a minute late. I just in here getting myself ready and getting so excited about tonight, and then realized, oh my gosh, it's just after 9. What am I doing? What am I doing? Well, I should hit that like button. I was all ready to go. Just totally ready, but didn't realize that we had already hit the 9 o'clock time. So I apologize for any of you out there hanging out and waiting for me. Welcome, welcome. Let me grab the feed and make sure that you can see and hear me. And we are going to work on my chalk junk journal tonight. I'm like nearing the end of this, and I would really love, when I get toward the end of a project like this, I just want to finish it. I don't know, do you ever feel like that? Like I'm just so motivated. I just want to finish. There's so much going on. Okay, so there was this one page in this journal that I did not top coat. So I just did that. I think that's what made me a minute late. I was throwing a bit of top coat on here, and I'm just using Silky Shine Decoupage Varnish and glue from Pentart. That's the one that I sell on my site. Hello. Hi, Debbie. And Connie is here. Anne is here from Whimsically Knotted. Oh, you were an hour early. Denise was searching an hour early. Oh, good gravy. You and me, Denise, we're a little off on our time tonight. Hey, Janet, happy Tuesday. Happy late night crafting. There's Jeannie Rice. I see Diana. Hey, ladies. Hey, Shelly. Welcome. Shelly was looking for a live earlier. She said, I can't find the lives. Oh, gosh. So this week on Thursday, I'm doing an artist trading card workshop for Facebook subscribers on Thursday night. We're going to create artist trading cards, which are literally cards that you decorate and design, and then we're going to trade them. We're going to do a secret sister swap and trade them with other Facebook subscribers. That's the trading part is totally optional, but I am going to give away a $25 Amazon gift card randomly to somebody who participates in that. So anyway, if you want to do that, that's Thursday night. You need to be a Facebook supporter, meaning those folks that are paying $1.99 a month to support the page. You sign up here on Facebook. I don't collect stars anymore. I'm only doing the subscriber hub, and you sign up to support the page for $1.99 a month, and then you get exclusive content, access to these exclusive things that I'm doing just for subscribers. And there's a special tab here on the page that only subscribers can see, the subscriber hub. So it's exclusive content for those folks. So we would love to have you join us. If you need help with that, let me know. It's going to be fun, Anne. We're going to have fun. Then on Friday night, I have a Zoom crafting night, Zoom party with Craft Therapy Club girls. And I'm dreaming up something different and fun for this Zoom party this Friday for you girls. So get excited about that. Okay, so here, let's take a look. So this is a chalk suede journal that I decided to make into a junk journal. I wanted to make it like an art journal / junk journal. I don't know what you call it. I tore out a bunch of the pages. Do I have them here? I kind of like to show them, but I think I put them somewhere else now. They're not in my box. I tore out probably half of the pages out of this book so that I could alter the pages. I'm just going to show you how thick it is. It is so thick because I would take pages of the junk journal and glue them together, and then I covered them all up with all kinds of junk. Scraps of paper and jelly print paper that I have made myself, washi tape. This is just scrapbook paper for my scraps. This is packing paper. That's a piece of a calendar. So it is somewhat of a junk journal because it has lots of just scrap paper in here as the base. And now I'm going through and I'm decorating the pages. This might be my favorite. This is the last one that we did in this book. This might be my favorite one. And I'm using Chalk Couture throughout. That's why I'm calling it a chalk journal. So this is a Chalk Couture design. And this is a Chalk Couture design on top of these pages. That's why I'm covering all the pages with the varnish, because when you put these sticky transfers on there, it's going to it's going to want to stick to the paper. And so you want some kind of like top coat basically in between the two. So anyway, here, I haven't done it yet, but I want to make a little tag for this. And this paper was in my bin for this project, and I know I used this paper somewhere back here. I really like to repeat. If I've used this scrap of paper somewhere in the book, I like to repeat it so it looks all here. It's right here. That's a chunk of that. So I thought this would be perfect for making a tag for up front here, and I thought this little girl would be really cute on there. So that's one of the things I want to do. So when I'm going through and I make these kind of decisions, I usually just stick the things inside those pages. Like I want to use this here. I just stick them in there. And actually, let's do this one. I'm going to chalk that one, and then while that's drying, I can work on the tag. So we're gonna keep working on this journal. Okay, so let me check. Thanks for fluffing the nest, Miss Rita. You're the best. Cheryl says hello. She's glad to catch me live. Well, hello, Miss Cheryl Rojas. Hey, Mary. You're loving the colors. I love the like super. It's like it looks really organic, doesn't it? Somebody used the word Frankenstein. They Frankensteined a page, meaning they like pieced it all together. I sewn in here. I've sewn this patch on. This was before I glued that page down. Added some stickers. This is a piece of printable paper. It's a download that you can get on my website under the downloads section, the printable downloads. And I glued these two pages. I cut this page and then I glued these two together to make that pocket. Anyway, let's just get doing it. Let's just start. This I'm definitely putting here because it's just gonna fit perfectly right there. Why can't I find the opening? There it is. What color should I do? Anybody wanna? I was kind of thinking like a neutral color like that. I could do a blue. I could do a purple. I could do a pink. What color do you think we should do? Here, love knows no end. It's just gonna go right there. We're gonna keep this really simple. I gotta grab paste colors though, and I wonder, a green would be for like a light green. These are kind of on top. That's that eggshell. This is the new eggshell blue. It's really, really pretty. I don't know that it's right for this page, but it is really pretty. The other color that might be really nice is fig, because this would match this right here. The only thing is, like that darker color may not show up real well on a dark green. So I might want to stick with one of the lighter colors. Let me keep searching. You guys, I have my whole bucket of paste down here. How about Marvelous? That would be really pretty. Let's do this one. Let's do Marvelous. I'm gonna get a squeegee. Find me a squeegee, girls. Who else how many Chalk Couture folks are out there? Hubs and I went to Cracker Barrel Friday, and they put their silverware in paper sacks before they got all messed up, and I folded them up and put them in my pocket. I have one right here. My Gannon and I went to a Cracker Barrel when we went, yeah, it was a Cracker Barrel when we were, heck, where were we? I have one right here. I have one on my desk. They got separated. I have them too. Those like little paper silverware holders. I was like, yes, I can use that on my junk journal, but now I can't find mine. It's here somewhere. Good job, Denise. Keep that stuff. That is so fun. It gives me such pleasure to know I can use that stuff in a book or something. Hi, Katana. Thanks for fluffing the nest, Miss Cheryl. Oh, Connie says I did the same thing 2 weeks ago. Nothing surprises my guy anymore with stuff I save, right? Listen, girls, we're saving the landfills. One junk piece of paper at a time. Okay, my book is a little bumpy. It's a little bit like, it matches me. It's lumpy and bumpy. Look at, I have this, I remember we glued in this fabric patch here for the word love. And my pages, because they're glued together and sewn together and they're warped from all the glue. You guys, I love my books like this. I love when they get lumpy and bumpy. I love when they get crooked. I love that they're decrepit, sewn on with like flaps of strings hanging out, and I love it. But because of that, when I put this down, it's not a completely flat surface. So we just have to know to be careful here because it's not completely flat, and realize, you know, you may get just a little bleed through. It doesn't bother me in the least, but just know if you're going to work in a chunky, lumpy book like I'm doing, that may happen. You have to embrace it. We embrace it, and we just love it for all its goodness as it is. Okay, see how easy and fast this is. Oh my gosh, that color turns it's so beautiful on this page. I'm gonna hold it up so you can see, but this will just sit here probably for more than a week, and I will clean it eventually in my laundry room sink with just warm water and my board eraser. That will get cleaned eventually. I don't get too worked up about cleaning them immediately, especially if I don't need it again, need to use it again. But isn't that color pretty on there? It kind of resonates with the pinks over here. That turned out great. Okay, while this is drying, where's my girl? Where's the tag? Where did I put it? Did I stick it back in here? Here's the girl. Here's the paper. I'm going to put this aside, and let's work on making this into a tag. Now, I had decided this is a little bit long, so I'm going to cut about 1 inch off the bottom, and it's too flimsy to be a tag, so I have to find something to put it on, something a little stronger. I will probably just get some cardstock. Let's see. I gotta find. I'm looking for actually that stinker. I hope 1 inch isn't too much, but I'm not gonna get too worked up over it. We'll test it later when that paste has dried. Okay, this is definitely going. She's going on here with stuff. I don't know what yet. So let me grab. I need a piece of some kind of cardstock. Hold on, girls. I think I'm just going to get some watercolor paper because I have so much of it. And let's see. You could just use regular smooth cardstock, but I usually have a bunch of this sitting around. Let's see if I have a chunk big enough for dish. Yep, this is a scrap, as you can see. We'll take a piece off of that. Can you, oh man, did I leave the heat on? Hold on 1 second, girls. I'm here. Okay, I did shut it off. I put on the gas heat. Guys, it was 1 below 0 today here. Dang, why is it so cold? Why do I have to live in a place that's so dang cold? That's what I want to know. All for love. I did it all for my husband. Okay, we could do one of two things. We could glue it down, then cut it, or we can cut it and then glue it. I think I'm going to glue it down first and then cut it. It'd just be easier. Jeannie's a chalk lover. Who else loves chalk? And here's a question. How often do you use your Chalk Couture supplies? And on what kinds of projects do you do? Do you do home decor? Do you like to do fabrics and t-shirts and pillow covers and things like that? Hey, Mary loves Chalk Couture. Hey, Gia, how are you? Hey, Lori. Hello, Lori. I see you, girls. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's for a little late night crafting. I know it's late, really late for the East Coast girls. We've been doing late night crafting, you guys. It has to be more than 2 years on Tuesday nights. Has to be. Does anybody know for sure? I don't know for sure. I wish I did. I wish I knew the first night that I declared Tuesday nights as late night crafting, but I really don't remember. What do I have? Oh, I have a napkin on the back. Oh my gosh, look what I glued it to, you guys. Be Happy, Be Bright, Be You by Kate Spade. What the what? We're gonna do something about that. All right, it's watercolor paper. What am I gonna do about this? Napkin that's on there. This must have been the paper that I used inside the Napkin Lovers Club on one of our projects. Okay, that's not gonna be there. That's gonna get cut off. But this, what? Oh, I just got more than I bargained for right there. Do I have an eraser? May I erase it? Get a good eye. Now listen, I'm not just going to leave it erased, but I am going to erase it, and then I'm going to paint over this. We're going to cover it up. We're not going to let it hang us up on this. My sister, Beth, if you're here, I sent her a little thank you note. She sent me this Happy Mail, and it was a box full of craft supplies. She likes to craft too, and she said I have all this stuff. She wasn't using it, so she sent it to me. Now, I had opened the box, and I kind of peeked through it. It was a big box, you guys. Beth, you're the best. She sent me this huge box of stuff, and I peeked through it a little bit, and I sent her a little note and said, oh my gosh, I got it. Thank you, thank you. And then the following day, I actually went through it like big time. You guys, she sent me, look at this. She sent me these, there's 3 of these. I don't know if I can get this right now. I don't know if this is gonna work. Because there's 3 of these she sent me. And I'm in love with these. I was playing in one of my art journals with them. Let's do it now. Let me get some gesso, and we're gonna play with those for a minute because I wanna show you how fabulous they are. My gosh, I was having fun in my art journal with them. The other day it was the other night actually, I was up all by myself and I was like, okay, let's try these out. My word, they're beautiful. So we're gonna paint the back of this now that I got this mucked up section. We're gonna put some paint on there. If I could have taken them from other tables, I would have grabbed more. Denise, I wonder if you had asked like the server, I wonder if they would have given you, a stack. If you had said, hey, do you have a couple more of these little, heck, it can't never hurt to ask, right? All right, I need a mat because I'm about to get messy, girls. We're gonna use those watercolors. My hope is to cover up that pencil mark I erased, but we're also gonna cover it up. And now I don't wanna get this on the front, of course. So let's be careful, but I wanna see how high I have to go here to cover this up. Good gravy, I'm kind of a mess today. I don't know what's going on with me. Okay, we're gonna wet this a whole heck of a lot with this gesso. And then to be safe, because I don't want to get it on the other side. Did I already? Maybe. Let's wipe this off. Come on, cooperate. That's better. Now let's add some of this color. Ooh, what color to go with? They're so beautiful. Let's look. Our page in the book, it's mostly so many browns, but there's a little bit of green and there's a little bit of pink on that page. So let's pick a green. What is this one called? Emerald green. This one is called pine green, and this one is called, well, the sepia, it looks green, but I don't think it is really green. Let's just see what we get. Watch how it looks like black when you put it on there, but when you start spreading it with the gesso, oh, it's brown. That's all right, because we have a lot of brown in this book. All right, this isn't the end of the story. Don't you worry. So we're gonna spread. We're covering up that muck up in the back. And this is gonna get all, warped. It's gonna get a little bit warped because it's paper and I'm adding all this liquid to it. However, I don't worry about it. Tonight when I'm done making it, I will, I'll put it on something, under something flat so that it stays flat. Whoa, that is like really bright green. Let's spread that out so it's not so powerful. Oh my gosh, I was having so much fun playing with these the other day. Thank you, Bethy. I don't know, I'm gonna have to ask her. I'm thinking she joined like an art club or something and got them in an art club and then decided not to use them. I wonder if she joined like a subscription group or something. Gots to find out. All right, what is this one called? This is just pink. Good, because there's a little pink on that page too. So let's just see what we get. All right, that's good. Although I'm losing the pink into the green because they're both wet. So let's dry this a little bit. And then I'll add some more of the pink with some more white gesso. Hey Molly, how are you? Thanks for saying hello. I gotta see more comments here. Oh, guys, you guys are so nice. Very pretty, perfect color for that page. Lynn says, I'm sorry I'm late. I'm not crafting, but would like to check in. I'm with my mom tonight. She's 89 and suffering from, and then it stopped, Lynn. So God bless. God's blessings to both of you, to you and your mama. Taking care of your mama. What a good girl. I'll close it eventually, Denise. Denise says, close your paste. Yeah, I will eventually. Girls, listen, if you're like me and you're a little bit forgetful, just add a spritz of distilled water to your paste. If you feel like it's going to get dry, you can always add a spritz of water. That will help to reconstitute it. But let's, yeah, Denise, thanks for the reminder. Let's get it closed up with a little spritz of water in there, and that'll help it, you know, get wet again. Okay, let us add more pink to the edges here. So I'm going to add a little more gesso. And then let's try a different color. This one's orchid. Let's see what this one does. It's interesting. I have more fun playing with stuff like this. Oh, that one's really purpley. Whoa, that one's vibrant. Holy schmoly. All right, let's go like this. Yikes. All right, that might be enough color. I just wanted it to not have that marking on the back. I didn't realize that was there when I chose this paper. So I'm just trying to salvage it. Let's do that. That's good. Something decorative. Awesome sauce. Thank you, Bethy, for the paints. So much fun to play with. Oh my gosh, I have to find a place to put these where I can get to them all the time, because I think they're just going to be something I want to play with all the time, if you know what I mean. All right, let's get this back up here so you guys can see it. How much did we get on the back? Oh my gosh, I did okay. Almost nothing. Let's give this a quick dry. I don't want any heat, actually. I was using my quiet heating tool, and I don't really want heat. I just want air. So let me get out my Chalk Couture dryer, because it doesn't really add heat, just air. But it's a lot louder. 24 below, Teresa, in Minnesota. You guys are getting smashed with snow. My husband was we were just reading the forecast. Southern Minnesota, below Fargo, you guys are getting smashed with snow. So, oh, here we go. Another snowstorm for us up here in the Midwest. Hey, Andrea, how are you? Oh, Pat, she says she misses seeing me on Essential Stencil. Listen, Pat, thank you for coming here to hang out with us. I so appreciate the support so much. And I decided to let go of my Thursday spot on the Essential Stencil page because it just became more and more obvious to me. There had been months where I could only do one live for them a month on a Thursday, and I'm supposed to do every Thursday on their page. As a brand ambassador, and I felt like it was unfair for me to keep asking them to find a substitute. So I told them in January, it may be time for me to just let that spot go to someone else who can do it every single Thursday. And I'm still a brand ambassador for Essential Stencil. I'm hoping that they'll call me in on special events or to substitute for someone if someone can't make it on their regular slot. So I'm hoping I'll still be able to retain that. They asked me to participate in their stencil-a-thon the other day, but I was already doing the cardboard event, and try not to do more than one event on a day. You know, you just want to promote one event. It confuses people if I'm doing this at this time and this at that time. So I had to decline on that. Okay, that's not bad, right? That's kind of a pretty backing for that. And now my card is a little bit stiffer. Now the thing is, it's a little bit wonky. Look at, I missed my edge, you guys. Let's just pull that all off and re-glue it. It's going to be a little bit wonky in shape because I wet it, and so the paper gets very warped when it's wet, but it will dry straight and flat. I'll just put it under what I usually use actually is my big basket of pastes, my Chalk Couture pastes. I must have 30 of them in a tote, and I usually use that as my weight for my papers, that I put stuff under that. Knead that and it'll get nice and straight. Okay, I wouldn't mind if this had some kind of edging on the top, or it looked a little more decorative. So let me quick look and see what I have for punches, because maybe I have something pretty. That one's really pretty. This one's really pretty too. Let's see if we can get this one. See that? It looks kind of like a lace. The only problem with these is once you start it, you have to know like to line it right up exactly each time you do it. Uh-oh, is that straight? It is straight. Oh, wait, I have to flip it this way to get it. You know, it's trying to get through 2 pieces of paper. It's not gonna work, guys. Jeez Louise, Gracie needs a workout regimen. Where's my 15 or 17-year-old? Oh my word, you guys, that is all my might. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's not working, but I bet you it left an imprint. Let's see. What did we do here? Is it stuck? Oh. Is that? No, that's not it. Oh, Lord, Lord. Let go. Let it go. Stop. I don't want to rip it. Come on, baby. I know you want to. I see what it's doing right there. Why, oh why must you give me a hard time? Is this the same stamp I had trouble with last time I used it? Is this the same one? Does anybody remember? I don't use these, not stamps, these punches. I don't use them very often. Look what it did. It chewed it up well in a couple of spots. It looks like a dog chewed on it. I got this little spot right here. See? And that. What to do, what to do. I know what to do. I may just throw this out. It works on thin. It does work on thin. Let's test it. Just give me a stinking piece of paper. Let's test this bad boy, because I'm sure it works on thin. This is catalog paper. Yeah, watch. Perfect. It's because my paper was too thick. So I have to just remember. It's so pretty when it works. You know how I'm going to remember, girls? This is, don't ever be afraid to make your stuff your own. I'm going to write directly on it so I don't forget. Thin paper with a big paint marker. Listen, I got it at a secondhand store. It was only $3. I'm sure it was a lot more when it was new, but maybe the person who had it before me used the heck out of it and the blades are a little dull. So it does work with thin paper, but not with cardstock. So I had to write myself a little note. Otherwise, I'm tempted to just throw that out because that is irritating when you try to use something and it doesn't work. No sense in having something that doesn't work. Okay, so we're gonna pivot here. And I'm going to use a different piece of paper on there. Okay, remember all the papers I got from Etsy? Remember I just had that Etsy order? Why don't we use one of these? This one, that little piece of paper with that butterfly was a closure from the Etsy store on a little bag like this. So I could cut that down and cover up all those little holes that I just made for the top of my tag. We have to just pivot here. We have to make this work. All right, what else do we have in this little stash of things I got from her? This one's really cute too. That's closer to the right size. I think I like the fabric with the button better. Let's see if we can salvage this. I have my pokey tools and blades in this tiny little basket that also holds this thing. And I sometimes poke myself with it. Sure. It was mid-70s today, and Thursday it'll be 80 in North Carolina. And you lucky dog. Lucky, or what do they say? Lucky duck, Hugh. That's fabulous weather for February. St. Paul is going to get 2 feet of snow in the next day and a half. 2 below snow days for us. I always love watching you, Grace. Just watching tonight. Well, Lori, fine. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, my husband is taking my son on a snowmobile trip this weekend, and they're heading west. I'm nervous because they're getting snow now, and then where, you know, the snow is supposed to be south of us. This is perfect, you guys. I'm going to glue this on here, and then I'm going to trim up the sides. I may even trim this up a little bit. I may make this even a little bit shorter. So it doesn't take up so much of the tag. It's just, the button's going to make this hard. You know, I could go this way. I can't put my ruler down to get a straight cut if the button's there. But I could go this way. Let's take off like 1/4 of an inch. That would be a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. Might be a little too much. We're going to eyeball it because I don't have a line right there guiding me. Ah, that might have been 1/4 of an inch. I might have done a pretty good job there, actually. I just want to cover up all that chewed up paper. This will work perfectly. And then we'll cut those off. She's going to go here with something else. So maybe we could use one of these pretty papers. I really like this white one. I kind of like the contrast of that. Oh my gosh, some of these are just beautiful. I need an embossing thing. I don't have one, you guys. Oh my gosh, is that pretty? Look at all these tiny little pieces of pretty paper. Well, that was the closure. Wowzer, okay. I gotta check comments. Praying for all of you in the path of the snowstorm. Thank you, Anne. Gia says it was a shorts and shirt day here in Houston. Babs, it was 83? She says for today's Mardi Gras. Holy schmoly, that's warm too. All right, I'm gonna pull green because it's just up top and handy. I'm gonna edge this out in a little green. I also need to cut this and probably glue it down. I think that actually, if I do it like that, I think it is actually centered right there, strangely enough. Yep. All right. Kim Chalk today making a tic-tac-toe game board and game pieces using the XOs. Yay! Kim, that sounds fun. Is it a gift for somebody? Are you making it for your own living room? Or is it a travel tic-tac-toe? What are you doing with it, friend? Give us the deets. I'm gonna have oozing glue. I just know it. I know. I can see it coming out here. See it? I put too much glue on. Better too much than not enough. All right, that's stuck. And now we have to get this side. The back of it doesn't concern me as much as I want the front to be pretty, because that's what will show of the tag. But I'm glad we colored the back. We couldn't just leave those notes, my handwritten notes on the back there. I wasn't feeling good about that. All right, we're gonna cut this. I know my glue isn't completely dry, but we're gonna do it anyway, girls. I'm a junk journal rebel. There we go. All right, that's pretty. That's pretty. I'm going to edge it out with a little bit of ink. Especially I have a little bit of the white watercolor paper showing there. So let's add a little bit of green to the edges. Don't forget your top and the back. I'm going to do the back too. Like I need to pay attention to the back and make sure. I'm not going to be too heavy on the back, but I do want it to match. I like pink and green together. I like purple and green together, so it's a good combo. This is still very wet. Very, very pretty though. And this little piece, do we want to do this one too? I can't be the only one. Am I the, like, you see all this stuff on my table? I'm such a messy crafter. I don't put things away as I go. I just kind of keep working with them until the end, and then I put it all away. So if this is driving you batty, if you are OCD and all this is driving you batty, I'm so sorry. I get so excited. Okay, I feel like she needs some kind of little phrase on here, and I was thinking that might happen. So I pulled out some words. Let me go get them. But let me check the comments quick. Aren't they cool, Gia, those paints? They're so cool. Little Drop goes a long, long way with that gesso. It's wild. I'm loving them so much. I was playing with them, like I said, in my art journal the other day. Judith is crocheting tonight and making a dish rag. Well, good going, girl. All right, I have this box that has stickers and words in it. So let's see if we can find something that might be appropriate for right there. Let's see. My other sister, I have good sisters, sent me this packet, and it's a pack of stickers. Maybe I can find a phrase that would fit here. Create your own story. That would be cute on there. It's a sticker. I don't know how well it's going to stick on that embossed paper, though. Let's just see. I could always use glue. These are translucent, I think. Like the background is clear on these stickers. Jeez, I can't even get it off there, though. What? Uh-oh. What's wrong with this one? Oh, there it is. I was taking off all of the paper. It's too small, though. You know what? It's really small, but I might like it. She's so cute. Maybe what I'll do is cut this down just a tish. It either needs to be bigger than her or much smaller. It can't be the same size as her. That would be goofy. But if we did that, and then stuck this, I think I am. I'm going to leave, that paper is so pretty. I'm going to leave it so that it is showcased. Now I just have to decide whether to ink it around or not. I'm super visual. Yes, I'm going to ink around the edges first, just so it stands out a little more. Then we'll glue it down, then we'll put the sticker on, then she'll go on top. Yeah, I like that better. Right there, it's gonna go. It's also good to try those with shaving cream and mixing lightly. Then transfer with a wadded piece of paper onto a piece of paper directly on it and wipe off lightly with a paper towel. Della, that sounds like a jelly print process a little bit. Do you use shaving cream in your creations? How does the shaving cream do in a journal, like in a book? Does it leave a residue or sticky, or does it make the pages stick or anything like that? I wonder. That would be interesting to know. All right, we're putting this to the left a little because she's on the right. She's going to be here. Perfection. And then I'll put that sticker on. I love, Della, what you were sharing right there. Hey, Carol, how are you? Gesso is a primer, Pat, but you can also use it to mix with paints. You saw how I used it as a medium for carrying that paint, that watercolor paint, and getting it to spread. And then you can change the translucency of the paint with the gesso, because it thins it out, not thins it out necessarily, but it spreads it out, and it's white, so it changes it to a lighter version of that color, as you saw me use in the book or on the back of that paper. I am going to put a little bit of glue on the back of this. It will dry clear. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to spread it though. I don't want it lumped up like that. That's just to make sure. And I don't know. Do I want it by her feet? I think I'm going to put it down by her feet because we already have that button up there. So let's put this down low. I'm going to hold it up closer to the camera so you can see. So now by now, my my chalk paste job should be done inside the book. What do you think? That's a pretty little tag. And you know what, if you ever felt, this is a book I think I'm going to keep for myself, but if this was a book that you were doing, this is completely decorative to me. I don't know that I'd ever write on the embossed paper. It's so beautiful. But this could be a writing spot on the back here. You know, you could get a paint marker and write something on the back if you wanted to. So let me grab my journal. I think by now this is dry. Yes, it is. So now she can get tucked in here. This is where she's going to live. Hopefully. Oh yeah, the size is perfect. The size is perfect. So that'll get tucked in there. Now, I wanted to test it to make sure it's going to fit. I'm not going to put it in just yet. This is still very damp. I can just feel it. It's still really cool to the touch with glue. So I don't want to put it in the book until it's completely dry. That's just a safety measure. So I'm going to put this aside over here. I'm just going to, you guys, I was going to prop it up on the back of my, like on one of my glue. Oh my gosh, and it went off the back of the desk. Oh, leave it to me. Every time, I feel like every time I do a live, something falls down. Okay, there she is again. Had to go hunt her down. Oh guys, did you see that little video that I did where I made the little bird embellishments? They actually would be perfect in this book. The little bird, these are cardboard cutout bird embellishments I made with Chalk Couture. Birdies, the little birdie transfers. And maybe because I have this bird here, maybe they'll end up in this book somewhere. Okay, like this page, I don't really want to chalk on here. Like I've picked some words that I'm going to put on other pages in the book, but I absolutely love this side of the book. And I don't want to chalk some words here that may compete with that. So maybe instead on this page, what I need to do is thinking about putting some kind of like, not these, I don't think they're right for this page, even though there's a lot of gold on here. But maybe I need to start thinking about putting some other embellishment or graphic or something here, like I did on this page. I have her here. I've got to find something else to put on here. I added the roses. I added the birdies the last time we were together. I have not found something yet that I want to put there. This is my favorite page so far. Okay, this page, where is he? This page. Okay, let's just in order. Let's do them in order. Okay, this page here, there's not a whole lot here. I absolutely love the fabric scrap. I have it hanging off the edge and it's frayed, and I don't know why. That just like gets me so excited. It's so dumb, but it gets me so excited. I love the textiles in my books. And actually this is frayed here and it's not completely glued down, so I could kind of tuck his butt back there. So it literally looks like he's sitting on the top of that piece of fabric, which I love. And then I thought these sassy little phrases, I used these the other day actually, on this. So this is, I'll drink to that. And then I added her because she's sassy and adorable. So this is that double-sided, this is one of the new frames. And I decorated it with washi tape around to frame it out, and then I added that little die cut. with altering to that. And on this side, today I'll be happier than a bird with a French fry. I just used black and white washi tape. Just to make, I added those things because the phrases themselves, the designs from this transfer, which is, I think this is the French, yeah, bird with a French fry is the transfer itself. And I felt like it just wasn't enough on this size chalkboard. So I added the washi tape because I thought it's a perfect like double frame and it's very farmhousey. And then when I turned it on this side, I added, there's like little gold crosses to this one. And I added 2 layers down here so that the car is kind of in front of those 2 layers. Love the way that turned out. Anyway, so I've already used 2 of these phrases and I was thinking for this guy, I'm gonna glue him here. That's so funny to me. And then I'm gonna use one of these sassy phrases on the other side. Ooh, I got a sneeze coming, girls. Does Becky have a page? Nancy, who's Becky? Are you talking about Bethy? Beth is my sister. Her name's Elizabeth, and we call her Beth, or sometimes I call her Bethy, like they call me Gracie. No, Beth is she's my sister. She works in early childhood education, but she's a crafter and creator like I am. Sorry, I don't take orders. I barely take suggestions. I think it's going to be hilarious next to him. You guys, can I just tell you, I used to use Mod Podge on my papers when I was wanting to do a paper project and then chalk over it. I was using Mod Podge. However, the wax works really well too. You can use the Chalk Couture surface wax. However, I am absolutely loving the way the Silky Shine Pent Art works on this. You can see how easy it is for me to pull these up and down. You can see how it sticks well enough to do the project so you don't get bleed through. However, it doesn't stick so strongly that it rips your paper. It's working out really well. I just, as an FYI, I wanted to let you know that. And this is the stuff, I do sell this on my own website, thecomfynestwithgrace.com. You can get a small bottle or you can get, this is the large bottle. FYI, here's what the small bottle looks like. This is the glitter one, but the Silky Shine, I have it both in the large bottle and the small. All right, that being said, let's get this done and I have to pick a color. Sorry, I don't take orders. I barely take suggestions. I think I want this in kind of a manly color. We're gonna use camel. Kind of matches what's going on here. 80 in Alabama tomorrow. I think I'm behind on comments, girls, so just be patient with me. I'm trying to get through them and do the project at the same time. Hey, Kathy Lynn. I need wheelies. Debbie, I love it. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Yes, that thing chomped my paper, Denise. I need Wheaties. Oh, I need something, friend. Yeah, Kimberly, she says, because you're live, of course, that's why things would act up. I don't know. I love picking up supplies at the secondhand store, and I did get that punch at a secondhand store. So maybe the person who got rid of it had used it, and it dulled the blades. So now I know just to use it on thin paper, and that's there. And now I know, and I wrote it on there so I won't forget next time I grab it. I'm using the color Camel, very manly color, very neutral. I think this guy is going to be funny sitting up there saying, sorry, I don't take orders. I barely take suggestions. He's like a crabby guy. He's kind of crabby. I feel like my art journal pages and these junk journal pages, I call this a chalk journal. It's still a junk journal in my eyes, but I feel like on all the pages, you're like basically telling stories, which can be so fun. Can be so fun. Okay, I've got tiny little bleed through right there. So I'm just going to take a small paintbrush like this and a little bit of water. And I actually brought a new jar. I think this had beets in it. I love pickled beets in my salad. I think that's what was in here. And I threw the jar through the washer, and my husband took it out of the wash, and he's like looking at it like, what are we doing with this jar? He's like putting away the glasses, and this was up with the glasses in the dishwasher. He's like, what is this? I said, oh, that's for my craft room. It had beets in it, but it's going to my craft room. Yep, that's Gracie. That's the kind of thing she does. So what I'm doing, I'm just pulling, I have a bleed through right here. Must have had a crooked paper. This brush isn't, the bristles aren't tight enough. Let me grab a different one. I need one that's even, tighter, and more controlled. I wet the brush in the water, and then I just brush away, and my paste is wet, so it makes it really easy to brush away the excess. And remember, I have that varnish on top of the paper, so that protects the paper. The water and this tiny bit of water and this paste is not going to absorb into the paper. It's kind of sitting on top of the paper because of the varnish that I put on it, so it protects the paper, which makes for easy cleanup when you have a bleed through like that. There we go. I have a couple of spots. That one just didn't, I think my packing paper was a little too wrinkly. Doesn't bother me in the least, but while I have the opportunity and this has not dried yet, I'm going to pull away some of the bleed. The worst of it anyway. There, it's as easy as that. Water and a tiny little paintbrush and a clean paper towel. And you're going to pull stuff away that you don't like. Okay, let's get him glued down in here. And I really do want to kind of push him into that fabric so he looks like he's sitting on it. Punch some foil. Cheryl says punch some foil through your dull punch and it will sharpen it. I haven't tried that yet. Good idea. Thanks for the suggestion. Oh my gosh, I've had this thing of glue for a couple of years. I think it's finally, look at, I think we're finally at the end. Oh, no, we got some more coming out. It's like shampoo. When I get to the end of a shampoo bottle, I'm like, ooh, it's coming to the end. I get to pick a new shampoo out because I'm not loyal to any particular brand. I just like, oh, what do I feel like trying today? And I'll pick it out. But then when it gets to the end, I'm like, yay, I get to pick a new one out. It's the same thing with the glue. But that glue has lasted me years. Good gravy. All right, here we go. This little, the part of his coat hanging over the fabric. I just think it's awesome. All right, so simple, but I love it. I absolutely love this page. These little Tim Holtz people, I love them. I use them all the time. In fact, this page coming up right here, I'm going to use this guy and I'm going to put him wonky right here. I know that I'm doing that. This has got to dry first though. Let's do some drying while we chat. Hey, Barbara. Run your punch through folded tin foil to sharpen it. Barbara, a couple of you had this good suggestion. That's awesome. Yes, Nita, I hate that too. She said, I hate when you try to cut something thicker than your punch can handle. Thanks, Tony. Loving all my tools. High is 63 in Oklahoma today. That sounds beautiful. What a great day for a walk. Hey there, Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration, my sweet friend. Debbie, she says she's a messy crafter too. Messy crafters unite. Let's all unite. What? Jeannie LaMonica, I'm not sure what something of plain is that. I'm not sure what you were asking. Tony Lynn says that's how my table looks when I craft. Oh good, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Oh, Molly, I love the paper dolls. She says, don't you just love the paper dolls? Oh, do I ever? I love them so much. I think they're so fun. It's like playing dolls. I used to play dolls when I was a girl. All right, you're not wanting a stick, mister. What's your issue? Get down there. Come on now. Stay. Stay in place. Tita says, I just made it home. We'll catch the first part on replay. Well, Tita, welcome back home. What's the name of the glue I'm using? I've been using two, Tacky Glue or Art Glitter Glue. They're both in my Amazon store. Those are the two. This one's much more expensive. It dries clear. It comes with a fine tip point and it is thinner. So it just isn't as thick and tacky as this one. So in a way, it is easier to use, easier to work with. You think it's perfect, Kim? I thank you, my dear. You're loving the tag. Yay. I am so behind on comments, guys. I'm so sorry. You ordered the top coat today, Mary? I have to get your order together. It'll be out the door tomorrow. Oh, you're going to love it. I'm using it on my papers with my Chalk Couture stuff, and it's working out beautifully. Okay, on this page here, look what I did on this page, you guys. Do you recognize this? Put it in the comments if you know what that is. Thanks, Wendy. I'm so glad you love it. Hey, Julie, thanks for saying so. Do you know what this is? All right, this is just junky page, right? I think that's actually literally a coffee filter. And my book was falling apart, so I used coffee filter, I think here too, to like secure the binding because the pages wanted to fall out. This is a book page that was painted. This is a piece of scrapbook paper. This is that green. This is the same green packing paper here that has a swatch of paint on it and gesso, it looks like. This is the artistlife.com washi tape that I think Denise sent it to me. One of you girls sent me this washi tape, so I thought that's perfect, the Artist Life, and it's like a little ruler. But do you know what this is? Yes, Cheryl. Yes, Deborah, it's the pastes. Kim, you guys are so good. Hey, Janice. Yes, these are pots of paste, opened pots of paste. And since this is a chalk journal, since I'm chalking in it, since it is also, I'm chalking in it, but it's also a chalk journal. It's the Chalk Suede journal. From the catalog, and this is from an old catalog. I don't even know that and you know, we don't even print catalogs anymore. Everything's online now. But from an old catalog, that was on the page with the pastes. Yes, that's exactly what it is. And I thought, how perfect to cut it out and use it in the journal. Like, I love the colors. I love the pop of color on this grungy page. It's perfect. I'm just so excited about it. And what I thought would be fun, come on, are you dry yet? Because I really want to flip this. I really want to flip you. Okay, it's dry. What I really want to do here is I want him to be here. I don't know why. I think I want him to cover this juncture. And I'm not going to put him like that. I think, to me, that's weirder than putting him this way. I want him sideways. I don't know why, and you don't have to have a reason. Let me just give you permission, girls. When you're creating your books, sorry for that noise. When you're creating your books, when you're putting things in them, and you think, well, that's silly. That is kind of silly, but that's the way I want it. I think it's goofy, and I like it. I like it. I like them that way. So that's the way I'm going to do it. And I don't feel like I need to like explain it, right? And I hope you always feel that same freedom, that you don't have to explain anything to anybody, and it doesn't have to make sense to anybody but you. But then I was going through the chalk designs to see what could I put in here on this page that would be a Chalk Couture transfer. And look, things are about to get super weird. It's just perfect for this page. I mean, I literally had decided to put in there, and then I was looking for stuff that I could put on this page, and I found this transfer. You think he looks better sideways too, Anne? Thank you. I think I like him covering up this juncture, and that normally isn't something I look to do, but for some reason, I just felt like, oh, he'll be really cool right there. And then I found this. I can't even believe it. This is called the Snarky Empowerment Minis. And this one, oh gosh, if I can get them out of here. Here we go. Well, I first saw Not Today Same, but then I saw this. Things are about to get super weird, and I just think it's so perfect. I think it's so perfect for this. I'm yours, no refunds. Selectively social. I saw that. Karma. Be nice or leave. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, that one's cute. No pants zone. Well, he has no pants, so it could also be a no pants zone. Yeah, I don't know. I'm being silly. But listen, girls, If we can't be silly and have fun in our creative endeavors, what the heck is the point? Let's be silly. We're gonna put this one in here, the weird one, because it just strikes me as funny and it strikes me as just perfect for this page. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm fuzzing it on my shirt because it's really little and because I can. It's just easy to do it. And now we have to decide, should we put this down here? I think it would look better up here. What do you think? On the brown, I think it'll show up better if I put it right here. Things are about to get super weird. And it would be really fun if I could find a yellow. I have Bumblebee yellow, which I think is too bright. Shimmer Harvest is kind of the right color, but I don't know that that will show up really well. I mean, honestly, I could use any of these colors. A blue, maybe? A really dark blue? Hold on, girls. We're searching in my bucket of pastes here for a color that might be good. Ooh, how about bright pink? Not on the brown. I want it to be something with a really light tone. I do have orange. I have not opened that one in a long time, so I have no idea if that one's even good. Oh, this is really bright. Let's do that. What color is this? Pistachio. It's an old one. Sorry for the noise again. Ew, it's too old. It's too old and dry. All right, that is not an option. This one's really, the duck egg is pretty and bright. This one's really close. That one's sage. All right, sage or blue, eggshell blue. We're down to these two choices. Sage or eggshell blue. Can't decide. Green. Denise says use the green. The bright blue from the top corner would be. This bright blue, that is a paint, but I may have a paste similar to that one. I want it to be really bright on that brown to show up really well. Cheryl says use eggshell. Kim says use sage. Denise thinks the green. The sage one. Oh, Kimberly says yep. Oh, Gwen thinks eggshell blue. All right, let's do eggshell blue. I see the last two votes were for eggshell blue, and then Kim saying yep. Let's do it. This one's brand new. I just opened it, so I know this one's really fine. That other color that I just threw out, you guys, it's so old it's not even offered anymore. You got to remember, I've been a designer for 5 years, and I have some pastes. I have some inks that I bought when the company first came out with inks. They're really old. So sometimes, you know, they're supposed to have a shelf life of about 6 months. I've had some things for 5 years and they're still working, but sometimes I open them and they're like just dry, and I think it's not even worth it. You know, the color's not available anymore and it's not worth my energy to reconstitute it. But you could if you didn't want to get rid of it. Okay. Things are about to get super weird. We could find something else really strange to put on this page. Couldn't we? We could put him here. I think it's strange enough that he's going to be sideways like this. I'm going to double glue this, you guys, because that last guy didn't want to stick with just the tacky glue. The tacky glue takes a few minutes to set up. So I'm going to put a little bit of my permanent glue stick and some craft glue on this. Really make sure he sticks. You know, you do have to give your glue some time to dry. That's the thing. Got to be a little bit patient, although we don't want to be. Okay, come on, dude. You and me, we got a date with this side of the page. You are so perfect right there. I can't even stand it. You're a match made in heaven. A match made in heaven. All right, there we go. Get down on there. get it going. It would be kind of fun to put something funky right there, like a bird or something. That's not right. Hold on though. I had actually pulled out. First of all, let's look through this quick because it's right here. It's about to get weird. Could we find something like really bizarre to put on there? That could be fun. These colorful felt birds, I have no idea where I got these. But they're funny and cute. I don't know. I'm just playing, girls. We're just playing and seeing. Oh my gosh, the little orange beak disappears on there because that page is orange too. I'm going to look through really quick my stickers here and see if there's anything. It's got to be weird, but not. Well, if I don't like a butterfly, I was going to grab some owls that I have. I may not like the owls either. Let's see if I can. Oh, these sticker books do have some like really strange things in them. Like I'm talking weird, like animals with different heads on them and stuff. What is she doing? Pretty amazing, it says. She's not a die cut. She's a whole page to herself. There's some strange things in here too. Hold on. Hold on. Hold your horses, girls. You're getting the full meal deal of my whole process when I create and put stuff together. I am going to grab my antiquarian sticker book because it does have some really weird things in it. Haha, wait till you see this book. Things are about to get weird. Maybe we can find a sticker to match up with him. Do you have this book of stickers? Diana, I had the same thought. She said, put a bird on top of his hat. So I was thinking the same thing. What if we could perch a bird on his hat as though the bird, you know, was perched on his hat, except he's sideways. Okay, see what I'm saying? This book has some weird things in it. Why is that there? That's probably holding that spot. All right, let's go through. If you see something seriously weird that you think would go well, shout it out. Like what? A fish? What? Here's some owls. Some bugs. How about a bug crawling out from his hat? That would be weird. That would be so weird. These aren't that sticky, so I don't worry if I'm gonna put it on there to just test it out. I'm not worried because I can pull it right off right away, and we're gonna have to use some glue to fortify it anyway. What is with the baby coming out of an eggshell? Are you kidding me? That's weird. You want weird? I got weird for you. I look through this book sometimes and I'm honestly like, I don't know what to do with this. You know, these hands are always kind of fun. Like, why is some random hand pointing? I don't know. I don't know. All right. It's really not that sticky, you guys. See? You can put it back in there, but it doesn't. You absolutely have to reinforce these. All right, let's do a quicker go through. So all of these sticker pages, right? So here's the sticker page, but then the back, it's just, I mean, you could probably, once you've got all the stickers off that page, tear that out and use that in a book or something. But all of the backs have nothing. Like they're just this design on them. The backs of the stickers. So every other page is like that. Am I too slow for you guys? That bird's too big. Oh, what's with the cats? Oh, good gravy. That's creepy. This one is so weird. Wait, what is that? What is that? Ew. That is creepy beyond measure. Girls, what on earth? What the heck? Okay, there's weird and then there's creepy. I like the bird better. And he's the right color. He's the right color. He's just enough. He's just enough. I'm gonna cut the blue away from him. If I cut the blue away, then he's really just gonna be sitting out. No, it wouldn't work because he's so close to the color of that orange that he really wouldn't show up that well if I did that. Unless I put him somewhere else. No, I'm gonna put him down in this corner because it's weird. Just weird enough, but it's not like creepy. That guy with his tongue out, that was creepy, girls. All right, we're gonna stick him right here just because it's weird enough. Things are about to get super weird. Yep, I would say that's true on that page. My book is it is actually quite strange because I have some really pretty, love this page. I just think it's so pretty. I also love the page with her, my fave. The first page I did in this book is my least favorite, the one with the gnome. I don't like this page at all. But I was kind of testing the book at the time. Can I chalk on paper? Can I chalk on collaged paper? And I assumed I needed to top coat it. So I was just kind of testing all of that at this stage. And it was before I had done anything else. This is my least favorite page. I love this page. Love the tag. But how strange, now the tag is more dry, how strange to have, it's such a strange assortment of things. Are you done there, sir? I have to put something on here. Every dream begins with a simple wish. I love this page because it's just bizarre. This page is so collaged. I don't know. I don't even know what to do with it. There is so much variation to the page with colors and papers. I may have to layer something on this page, like another paper or something. This page I love so much. This is fabric that I glued down and hung off the edge, but I do really love this page a lot. But I have not decided what to put on this page. So this is what I do and the cover. I'm going to do something completely different with the cover because the cover, I did do the cover first, actually, before I did the gnome. I wanted to chalk on it, and I thought I'll just chalk right on the chalk suede, which I did, but I don't love it now because it's so white compared to everything in here is got so much color. So I will do something different at the very end when I'm done with this. Everything else, like this is like really beautifully vintage and shabby. This one, I don't think the gnome goes at all, but whatever. It was the first page I did, so we just accept it for what it is. This one is a piece of art in itself, and I adore it just the way it is. I don't even want to mess with it. Oh, you know what I was thinking might be a potential here? Actually, maybe we can do this right now. On this page, I was thinking as a potential chalk on here, this new transfer, this from the farm cutouts, I was kind of thinking that I could use the shiplap. I don't want to do anything to this page. I sincerely love it just the way it is. No, I don't want to mess with it. So then I was thinking, what if I use the shiplap? Let's get it out of here and see. There's something so satisfying about that. The noise and the process of zipping that, cutting that so fast. I don't know why I find that so satisfying, but I do. Let's put away some clips. Okay, so what, instead of using it as shiplap, what if, Melissa says, cool book, the cover no longer matches the cool collages. It's so amazing. Yeah, the cover will get a remake. The cover will get a redo. I totally agree with you, Melissa. It just doesn't match. As cute as that is. But anyway, we'll get to that at the end, now that the book has kind of created its own personality. And truthfully, when I do make journals, I usually don't decorate the cover until last, because I feel like the book comes to being as you're working on it, and in it, it kind of has a personality of its own. It kind of comes together, particularly if you're doing a theme. Like the Beach Babes book that I did was all Beach Babes on the inside, and I had a very particular theme for it. So I don't like to do the cover until the end, because it's kind of like showcasing what is inside. Anyway, I'll do the cover last. That's what I usually do. So I was thinking I could use this to make a journal spot. So instead of using that for shiplap, what if we use this just to make journal lines for journaling? So what if I use the same camel color, because it kind of matches. I should have kept my squeegee, but I didn't, so let me grab a new one. And I'm just going to use this as journal lines. And I think I'll just do one row of it in the middle. And that will leave, I'll do it just slightly low. So that'll leave a little space on the top. So if I ever decide to write in it, I could also add something to the top or bottom, but I'm not going to do the whole row in one huge page of lines. I'm just going to do the middle section, and I'm not going to hit here. I'm just going to do the darkest section of this page with some lines, so they look like lines for writing. That's it. So when I saw that transfer with the shiplap, I thought, how perfect. That could be a journal. Those could be journal lines, like almost like it's line paper. Oh my gosh, it matches perfectly. All right, this will go back here. I will eventually wash it someday. Is this wet paste? Yes, it is. All right, that's perfect, because it's not taken away from the page at all, and it just adds journal lines. And if I ever did want to write in there, I could take a white gel pen or a white paint marker would probably work even better. Or any light color, like I have this one, this Posca pen, that's kind of got like a creamy color. That would be perfect for that page if I ever wanted to write anything in there. You're so impressed, Melissa. I'm so glad you love it. It's been more fun. And this book has been in the works for probably 6 months or so. So I will just, especially if you're new here, I feel like when I work in my books, sometimes I get really excited to work in a book and I'll work on it for 2 or 3 days in a row, but then I get bored of it, or I'm just not sure what, I'm kind of stumped. Most of the time I just get stumped, like, well, I don't know what to do next. So I'll put the book away, and it may be weeks, it may be months before I pick it up again. But then when I pick it up again, I get this like resurgence of, okay, now I know what to do. And I'll work on it for a while. And then sometimes it gets put away again. Sometimes I finish it. I don't put a ton of pressure on myself to do anything particular, because I really do feel like this is my therapy. This is the thing I love to do. This is supposed to be the fun thing. And if it starts to become not fun, I just put it aside. I just put it aside. If I get stumped and I'm feeling pressure to make a decision, but I'm not ready, I want you to feel free to put it aside. There's no rule that says you can't work on more than one project at a time or more than one book at a time. There's no one judging you for that. There's no deadline. So feel free to put it aside. I was really stumped after this because I was like, I love the collage behind it. Did not like him on there at all. I mean, he's cute. But as the other book pages came together, I'm like, he doesn't really go in here very well. But it's okay with me because I feel like it's all learning. It's all part of the learning process. This is more I love this so much. This is more my style than the gnome. But I threw him in there, so he belongs. He does belong in that case, in that, you know, from that perspective, he does belong in there. And now the pages are kind of taken on more weird meaning as I go. So I have 1 page here, 2 pages, and you can see I jump around. This 3rd page, I think that's it. I have 3 pages left to decorate in here. And you can see, like this one's more elaborate with sewing here, washi tape. This is actually 2 pages glued together, and I had cut this one down so that I could make the pocket for the tag. So this one's really elaborate. This one's really simple. This one's pretty simple, but I absolutely love it. Love it, love it. This one's incredibly simple. This one's more elaborate. And I jump around. I don't know why. I don't know. I saw him. I thought he'd be great on this page. So I stuck it in there so that the next time I worked on it, I knew what I wanted to do with it. But I still have 3 pages to do in here and then the cover. But I love the way it's turning out. I think I could really do more of this. The book, Julie, there's pretty flowers around the gnome. You can change it if you want. Yeah, Cheryl, right? Like I could cover that up. We could paint over it. I could, Cheryl, absolutely. I could paint over that. I could cover it up with another collage papers. I wouldn't tear it out because I love this page so much. But maybe I could cover it up. That's a good point. I wanted to answer Julie's question. Babs, you're welcome for the inspiration. So Julie, this is a Chalk Couture chalk journal. Let me see if I have one here to show you. I may, let's see. Do I? I do. This is how it started out. Chalk Couture has chalk journals, and it's a dot journal on the inside. It just has plain white paper with dots all over it for journaling. And the outside is chalk suede. Okay, so this is a journal you can get on my chalk site. The link is in the description if you want to shop Chalk Couture stuff. So I took this book and I did chalk on the outside cover, and that definitely will change. And then I started just collaging some papers on the inside pages, and then I did this, and then I thought, you know what? As I started to do more collaging on the pages, the book started to fall apart. This is not a great candidate in that regard for an altered book, because the more I added to the pages, the more the binding, it's a glued binding, and it started to fall apart. The pages were like literally going to fall out of the book. I tore out about half of the pages to make room for all of this, and I still had to reinforce the binding. You see, that's a piece of fabric there. That's a piece of dyed cheesecloth that I glued into the binding. I glued this packing paper over the 2 pages because the pages wanted to start to fall out. That's washi tape that I put over that one. There's fabric over this one. And I did that after I had this design on here. I had to reinforce it because it started to fall apart. So anyway, it is a Chalk Couture chalk suede journal that I altered. Look at how chunky it's getting. This cover, you guys remember those laces I got recently from one of my Etsy, I found that Etsy store. Like how fun would it be to put one of these laces somehow on the outside? I may collage some paper on the outside and then maybe sew some of this lace onto the paper and then glue it down. I don't know. I'm going to figure that out, but this cover is definitely getting redone. Thanks, Julie. The gnome guy is part of learning and part of knowing what you liked and learn from, and then do not like. Exactly, Melissa. Exactly. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. The gnome, in its own right, it's super cute. It's really darling. And it fits great on the page. It just, as the rest of this book came to life, it's not in the same... It's not in the same theme or whatever. That's the only reason I don't like it. You're like you said, it is what it is. You know, the lace would be so pretty on the outside, Melissa, right? Oh gosh. Well, I've had so much fun putting this together. So this is a to be continued. So what I do, just so you know, all right, So I have all these, these that have to get washed. I keep the packaging together so I can put them right back into their packaging and hang them back up in my room. So those will all get washed. I'm gonna put those aside. And here's what I do. I have purchased 3 or 4 sets. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. I'm gathering, I'm trying to get organized over here on the left. I know you can't see it, but I grabbed 3 or 4 of these bins, 3 or 4 sets of them. They come in sets of 5. They're 12 by 12 bins. They have this little closure and they stack, okay? So everything that I've used, now these were all transfers I was looking through to see what I could use inside the journal, but all of the papers that I used or wanted to use in this book are in here because when I'm looking for something to do in the book, like if I wanted to add more paper, this was part of that paste page. Those are the paste colors. Here's a sewn sheet of, this is packing paper that I jelly printed, put paint on it, and then I sewed this little design on thinking I would use it in the book, and I haven't used it yet. I don't know, maybe it'll become part of the cover, I'm not sure. But anything that I've used to create this book goes back in this bin. Or if I've decided, like I'm gonna use these birds, say I decide I'm gonna use these birds on here somehow, they go in the bin. They go in this box. And then I close it up and I label my boxes. So this one says Chalk Journal on it. So I have stacks of them in this room. You want to see? I have stacks of them in the room. And then, let me see if I can get you up there so you can see it. I don't know how well this is going to work. Hold on. Let me see if I can turn this camera. Uh-oh. It's telling me turn the camera. Okay, see them? I have this shelf over here. So these are all my projects. Chalk Journal, Love Theme Junk Journal, Virginia Trip Journal, Craft Therapy Club Glue Books, Craft Therapy Club House Journals, Christmas Journals, Craft Therapy Club tab binding books. So that's how I organize all my projects. And then I keep all the materials for that project in there. So if it's Christmas themed or if it's a glue book or whatever, that way I don't have to go hunting down all those particular things that I've picked out. I'm going to put you back on the table, girls. Sorry about that. That way I don't have to like go hunt down all of the materials that I was using for that project. Particularly when it comes to papers, because generally the papers have a theme and I like to keep the papers together so I don't have to go back into my paper scraps or paper stash and hunt them down. So that's kind of how I organize. Somewhat organized. Anyway, what is a jelly print? Kimberly, a jelly print, it is a print that you make, or I like to make papers on my jelly plate. It's called a jelly plate, actually. Let me grab it and I'll show you. I have 2 of them. I have a really big one and a smaller one. Let me see if I can grab the small one. Where are you, jelly plate? I just used it recently. And you'll see lives here in the group or in my groups for this, but a jelly plate is this. You make prints off of the plate. It's a gel printing plate and they come in different sizes and it's like, it feels like silicone. Mine is a mess because I don't clean them. But it's like Jell-O. It feels like Jell-O actually. And you put paint on here and then you put your paper down. And when you pull it off, you get a print. So it's like homemade, decorated, painted papers. And you can use stencils with it or stamps. It's just really fun to play with, really fun to play with. You may be able to go back on my YouTube channel or here even and find jelly printing videos that I've done to show you how to use it. But that's what that is. Okay, girls. Well, I'm going to get going because I have quite a mess to clean up here. But I've had a ball hanging out with you. Thanks for hanging while we work on the Chalk Journal. Until next time, I will see Facebook subscribers. And those of you who want to join, you totally can. It's $1.99 to support the page. So if you're a Facebook supporter / subscriber, on Thursday night, we are making artist trading cards. And then I'm going to put together a Secret Sister swap that's optional, where we're going to swap a card. We're going to create the cards and then you're going to send one to a secret sister that you are assigned a name and address of her. and someone else is going to send you a card in the mail. Like interactive fun. And then part of that is anybody who participates in that, I'm going to put your name in to win a $25 Amazon gift card. I do those, these challenges, these fun challenges with Facebook subscribers a couple of times a year to say it's my way of thanking you guys for supporting the page, and so we can have fun and hang out a little more together. When you're a Facebook subscriber, you also get exclusive content that nobody else can see. So if you are here on the business page, on the Facebook page, and you go to the subscriber hub or the subscriber tab, you will see the exclusive content just for subscribers. Let me show you quick. I could actually take you down and show you. Okay, so here's my computer. Here's my business page right here. See this subscriber hub? If you go to that hub, that tab, if you are a subscriber and you click on it, it unlocks all this content that is for subscribers only, things that nobody else can see but subscribers. There's a little discount that I gave them in the store. Here's the event. Let's make artist trading cards and then swap them. So this is happening on Thursday night. You can watch the, if you can't be there Thursday night at 7, you could also watch the replay to participate in it, but you have to go to the subscriber hub and join, become a Facebook supporter. It's $1.99 a month. You sign up right through Facebook, just like you do by stars, okay? So if you want to do that, please let me know if you need help figuring it out. I would love to have you join us. And then on Friday night, I will be with the, I will be with the Craft Therapy Club members. We're having a Zoom party. So I'll see you guys on Friday night. Good night, everybody.